What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is day number 9 of our bet spreads challenge playing Baccarat. I'm glad everybody's enjoying the series so far. Now, I know you guys enjoy when I mention what strategy I'm playing. Keep in mind that this 30-day challenge is more about money management and testing out bet spreads. Today's bet spread is up on the screen right now. Okay, we're gonna start off with $50 units. All right, level 1, $50, 75, 150, 175, 300. My level 2, my original unit size of $100, I will parlay it once. After the parlay, whether I win or lose, I will go back down to 1 unit. And yes, I only have 2 levels for today. Our stop loss today will be $15.50. So far, we haven't had a losing session yet. Will that continue? Well, let's find out. Let's go ahead and start day number 9. Okay, shoe is ready to go. My scoreboard is ready to go. Let's see what the burn card is. A 6. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a free card here. Seven tie. I will not record ties, okay? Natural 9 on the bank. Okay. One more free hand here. All right, banker wins. Let's go ahead and play the X system. Okay, so my first bet on level 1, $50. I'm gonna put that on player. Banker wins. Okay, we lose 50. All right, let's take some free hands. Natural on the player. All right. Keep going. Natural again on the player. All right, since I have a high unit size, I'm going to play the bet spread separately on the 2 sequences of the X. Okay, so sequence 1 will have its own bet spread, and sequence 2 will have its own bet spread. So I'm going to put $50 on sequence 2 now. And we'll keep track of both sequences, all right, whether we hit or miss. So $50 on banker. Natural 9 on the bank. Okay. So we win 50. So I've hit on sequence 2. I will no longer play it. Our goal is to hit on sequence 1 now, all right? So let's take a free hand here. Banker wins. Sequence 1 has come up. My next bet on level 1 is $75 since I missed on the first bet of sequence 1. Okay, so I'm going to place that on player for 75, okay? Natural 8 on the player. So we win $75. Okay. There we go. So we've hit on both sequences of the X. All right, we could start another one right away. And I'll go back down to $50. I'll place that on player. So another sequence of the X has started. Player wins. Another 50 for us. With the higher unit size, we could get to our win range either faster or our stop loss faster. So let's see how we do here, okay? So let's let the column complete, and then we'll play a no mirror. Player wins. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's complete the column. Banker wins. One more hand here, and then we'll start the no mirror. Player wins. All right, so level 1 again, $50, doing the no mirror. So my first bet is player. Okay. Natural 9 on the bank. So we lose our 50. Bump it up to $75. Okay. So $75 on the bank. All right. Banker does win. So that's $75 our way. Okay, let's go ahead and get paid. All right, so far the X and the no mirror have been working out for us. We could go ahead and start the X again. All right, since the board is set up for us to do so. So $50 on player here. Okay, banker wins. We lose 50. Bump it up to 75 again. Okay, so $75. I'll wait for the second sequence here, so I'll take some free hands. Banker wins. One more free hand here. Player wins. Okay, so sequence number 2. As I mentioned earlier, we will use separate bet spreads for the 2 sequences of the X, okay? So even though I lost $50 on the first sequence, I'm gonna bet $50 here because we're separating the 2 sequences, okay? So I'm gonna place it on player for 50 bucks. All right, natural 9 on the player. So we win 50. I like to separate my bet spreads when I'm playing the X if it's a high unit size, such as we're doing today, $50, okay? It makes more sense. We haven't hit on our first sequence, so let's try to get the hit there. Take a free hand here. All right, that's a tie. All right, so player wins. And our bet has come up on sequence 1. So let's see here. It's a player bet, and it'll be for $75. Banker wins. So we lose 75. Okay. All right, let's take some free hands. Player wins. I'm actually going to try to hit on my first sequence of the X, so I'm focused on getting a hit there first. Natural on the player. Okay, player wins. All right, let's see here. One more free hand, and then I'm going to try to hit on my first sequence. Player wins. Okay. So my last loss was a $75 loss, so I'm looking at the board here. Our next bet is for 150. All right, and I'll place that on player, hoping an X does not form on us. So 150 on player. All right. So player does win. That's 150 for us. Okay. Perfect. Let's go ahead and put that there. All right, I don't need to move one to the left. So there's $75 bet since I like the profits we have right now at 225. All right, so we're gonna take it back down to base bet. And what should we play here? Let's go ahead and play the no mirror as we look on the board, and it's one virtual loss, okay, because the player mirrored. So let's play the no mirror. All right, and I'm going back down to base bet. So let's continue, $50 on player. Okay, player wins. It's $50 our way. Okay, so let's see here. Player is streaking right now. We can maybe play second banker when the streak ends. So let's take some free hands here. Player wins. Wow. Okay, so dragon tail on the player. Player wins 2/0. Wow. When either side is streaking, I've noticed they make some pretty insane hands to win. So it's pretty interesting. So let's keep going with the free hands. There's a natural on the player. Okay, I'm tempted to ride the streak here, but not sure when it's gonna end. Okay, it might end right here. Yes, it did. Banker wins. All right, so we can go ahead and play second banker now. Start off on base bet again. All right. My rule for second banker is if I lose 5 consecutive losses, I will stop, okay? Natural versus natural. We're on the wrong side. Player wins. We lose 50. Okay. Let's keep going with the second banker. Next bet is $75. Player wins again. So we lose 75. All right, next bet is for 150. Okay. Banker wins. So that's 150 for us. Okay, let's go ahead and pay ourselves. We've hit the $300 mark. All right, guys. One step closer to our win range. Okay. What can we play here? Let's start an X sequence. All right. Take some free hands. Natural on the player. All right. One more free hand here. Player wins again. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the X sequence. I like the profit of $300, so instead of moving one to the left, I will go back down to base bet, all right? So it'll be a $50 banker bet. X marks the spot. Player wins, so we lose 50. When I'm in a profit, I tend to go back to base bet when I'm using a higher unit size, such as today, right? Keep that in mind. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start a no mirror now. and continue with the bet spread until I get back down to my X sequence. So let's go ahead and place $75 on the bank. Okay. Banker wins.
Banker.
Okay, so $75. Okay. It's always good to hit on the no mirror first try. So let's keep going until we get to our next bet of the X. Banker wins.
Banker.
Right. A few more free hands here. Natural on the bank.
Banker.
Okay. Player wins.
Player.
Okay, has my bet come up? Yes, it has. So this will be a banker bet. And I will take it back down to base bet. Why? Because I hit on the no mirror for 75. So we made a little bit of a profit. So I don't need to go up and on the bet spread on level 1. So I'll stick to $50 and it'll be a banker bet. Okay, natural 9 on the banker.
Banker.
So that's $50 for us. Okay. Let's go ahead and let the column complete. Maybe we could start another no mirror. All right, so banker wins.
Banker.
Let's go ahead and do a no mirror. $50 on player. Natural 8 on the bank.
Banker.
So we lose the 50. Okay. Bump it up to $75. Perfect. Natural on the player.
Player.
So we win 75. Okay. Okay, we are into our win range, the lower end of it. Okay. So let's go ahead and play an X sequence here. So I'll do $50 on player. Banker wins.
Banker.
So we lose 50. Okay. All right, so take a couple of free hands. Banker wins.
Banker.
Banker wins again.
Banker.
Okay. All right, let's bump it up to $75. Second sequence on the X. All right. Natural 8 on the bank.
Banker.
So we lose 75. All right. So we've lost on both sequences so far. Let's continue. Natural 8 on the bank.
Banker.
All right, our second bet has come up on sequence 1. This will be for 150. Okay, so that'll be on player. Natural 9 on the bank.
Banker.
So we lose 150. Okay. All right, so gonna have to take a couple of free hands here. Natural on the player this time.
Player.
Okay. Player wins.
Player.
Next bet has come up on sequence 2, so I lost 150. My next bet is 175. Okay, so 175 on player. Natural 9 on the bank.
banker,
So minus 175. Okay. All right, let's see what the next bet is here. So that'll be a $300 bet when the opportunity comes. Okay, so free hand here. Natural on the player.
player,
All right, so let's see here. We have not hit on either sequence of the X, so $300 bet. It'll be on player this time. Okay. Natural 9 on the bank.
banker,
So we lose 300. We move this down for you guys. Okay. I'm at my level 2 bet now. Okay, so $100 bets here. And let's see, I need a free hand. Natural on the player.
player,
Okay, so here we go with a $100 bet on player. Natural on the bank again.
banker,
So we're on a little bit of a losing streak here. All right, so let's see. Okay, another 100 on player. Sequence 2. Player wins.
player,
So we have to go ahead and parlay this bet. All right. So we are going to take a couple of free hands before we parlay. Banker wins.
banker,
Waiting for the column to finish, okay? And then I'll start a no mirror. Player wins.
player,
All right, so here comes the parlay. We'll do a no mirror, $200 on player. Banker wins,
banker,
so we lose the 200. Okay, so let's see here. Let's keep going. $100 on bank. Natural on the bank.
banker,
Okay, it's 100. All right, we could parlay this on start an X sequence. Okay, so let's do that. 200 on player. Player wins.
player,
Okay, so that's $200 our way. All right, I'm actually gonna reshuffle. I wanna go to a different table, so we creeped up into our win range, all right, and then we took a downfall. It does happen, so we're minus 250 right now. I'm gonna go ahead and reshuffle as if we're going to another table, and we'll continue, okay? Okay, shoes reshuffled, ready to go. I've cleared the scoreboard. See what the burn card is. 4. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Haas system. All right, stay on my original unit size of $100. Okay, so let's do banker, player, banker, okay? All right, banker wins.
banker,
It's $100 for us. Let's see if this shoe can help us. We could turn it around here. So I'm gonna go ahead and parlay my 200 on bank. Okay, so player wins.
player,
We lose the 200. All right, keep going with the Haas system. Player wins.
Player.
Okay. It's another 100 on bank. Natural 9 on the player.
Player.
Okay, so we're down another 100. Our stop loss is 1550. Okay. Banker wins.
Banker.
So an opportunity for a parlay here. Okay, as the column comes to an end. So 200 on bank. Player wins.
Player.
So minus 200. Our pattern was banker, player, banker. So let's switch it over to player now. Okay, so 100 on player. Natural on the bank this time.
Banker.
So minus 100. Okay. All right, that's a natural 8 tie. Won't record it. Let's keep the bet up. All right, that's a 6-6 tie. So back-to-back ties here. Banker wins.
Banker.
Okay, so another minus 100. Okay, let's keep going. There's a natural on the player.
Player.
All right. Let's get paid, and we're going to go ahead and parlay this bet. So 200 on player. Natural 8 tie. Okay, let's keep the bet up. All right, player wins.
Player.
So we hit a parlay. It's 200 for us. Let's go back down to $100. All right, we're still on the Haas system, okay, guys? Natural 8 on the bank.
Banker.
Okay, so we lose this. Last bet on the column here before we switch it over to banker. All right, banker wins.
Banker.
We lose this. Column comes to an end. Our pattern was banker, player, banker. So back over to banker now, okay? So 100 on bank. Natural 8 on the player.
Player.
So we lose 100. Let's go ahead and move this down. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Natural 8 on the player.
Player.
So we lose another 100. A bad downswing here, but let's keep going. We have not hit our stop loss yet. Okay. Player wins.
Player.
Minus another 100. Okay. So that's another 100 on bank. Natural 8 on the bank this time.
Banker.
So let's go ahead and parlay our bets. Still on banker for a couple more hands. All right, banker wins.
Banker.
It's 200 for us. Last bet on the column here, and that'll finish the Haas system. Player wins.
Player.
Okay, so minus 100. I'm gonna go ahead and do the no mirror now. All right. So let's see here, $100 on bank. Natural 8 on the bank.
Banker.
Okay, let's get paid here. I will parlay the bet on an X sequence, okay? So let's take this off for now. Take a free hand. Banker wins.
Banker.
So let's start an X sequence and I'm gonna parlay the bet. So it'll be 200 on player this time. All right. Player wins.
Player.
Okay, so that's 200. All right, let's keep going. What can we play here? Let's do another X sequence, okay? Player wins.
Player.
All right, one more hand and then I'll do sequence 2 on the X. Natural on the bank.
Banker.
Okay, let's go ahead and place our bet on the bank, back down to 100. Natural 8 on the player.
Player.
So we lose 100. Looking for that big break here, a little bit of a winning streak. So I'm gonna do a no mirror bet, all right, until I get to my sequence 2 bet. So let's put 100 on player. Banker wins.
Banker.
All right. Okay, let's keep going. It's another player bet here. Natural 8 on the player.
Player.
Okay. So that's $100. All right. Sorry guys, 1 second. Fix the lighting here. Sorry about that. I noticed the lighting was coming in the way. All right, so we won that last bet. Perfect. Let's take some free hands and wait for our second sequence to come up on the X. All right, natural on the player.
Player.
Okay, let's see here. One more free hand. Natural on the bank.
Banker.
Okay, so we are at sequence 2 again. I've won my last bet of 100, so I'm gonna parlay it and it'll be on banker, 200. Banker wins.
Banker.
Okay, so that's 200 for us. All right, let's set the column complete. One tie. Okay. Player wins. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the Haas system again. Okay, so I'm gonna choose player, banker, player this time. So I'm gonna start the Haas system. All right, player, banker, player, $100 units. Natural on the player.
Player.
Okay. Chance for a parlay here. Tie. Let's keep the bet up. Okay. Banker wins,
Banker.
so minus 200. All right, I'm gonna keep going with the Haas system. Player wins.
Player.
Okay, let's keep the 200 up on player until the column is done. Player wins.
Player.
All right, so that's 200. Let me move this down. Okay. Okay, let's continue. 1 unit on player. All right, 7-7 tie. I'll take it. Keep going. Natural 9 on the player.
Player.
I'll take that as well. Trying to climb out of the hole here, slowly but surely. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and parlay the bet. This is the last bet on the column for the Haas system. Banker wins,
Banker.
so we lose our 200 parlay. Okay, my pattern was player, banker, player. I'm gonna switch it over to banker now. Okay, so 100 on bank. Banker does win.
Banker.
All right. Parlay our bets on the bank now. 200. Wow. Player wins.
Player.
So minus 200. Okay. Let's keep going with our high action system. All right. Player wins.
Player.
So minus 1 more unit. All right. Still trying to climb out of this hole here. Keep going. All right. Natural 8 on the player.
Player.
Okay, 2 more hands on this column. Banker wins.
Banker.
All right. Last bet on banker here before I switch it back over to player. So it's a parlay bet. Player wins.
Player.
Okay. So I'm switching it back over to player to complete the Haas system, all right? So let's go ahead and do that. Nine tie. Okay, banker wins.
Banker.
Things like this frustrate people. You like should have won on the 9 and then banker hits a 9 as well. Ends up being a tie and then banker ends up taking your money. So let's see here. 100 on player. Okay, natural on the player.
Player.
Gonna go ahead and parlay this bet. All right. Natural 8 on the player.
Player.
That was a parlay, okay. 3 more bets and then we'll be done with the Haas system. We could do something else after. Banker wins.
Banker.
Okay, so minus 100. Two more bets, okay. Banker wins.
Banker.
So minus 100. Okay. All right, let's see here. So last bet on the Haas system. There's a natural on the player.
Player.
Okay. So we're done with the Haas system. Let's go ahead and do a no mirror bet. All right, and I'll parlay this 200 on player. Banker wins.
Banker.
Tough shoe. Trying to climb out of the hole. It's making it tough on us. All right, let's keep going with the no mirror. So $100 on bank. Natural on the bank.
Banker.
Okay. So chance at a parlay again. I'm gonna do a X sequence. All right. Player wins.
Player.
Okay. Take some free hands. Player wins.
Player.
Okay, one more free hand. Wow, natural versus natural.
Player.
Player wins. Let's do 1 unit on bank. Second sequence of the X. Natural on the bank.
Banker.
Okay. Perfect. I'm gonna parlay it on no mirror now. Okay. So 200 on player. Natural 9 on the player.
Player.
Okay, let me move this down for you guys. Okay. All right, so let's see. I'll do an X sequence, okay? Take a free hand. Natural 9 on the bank.
Banker.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do an X sequence. 1 unit on bank. Natural on the bank.
Banker.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna wait for another sequence, okay, on the X. Player wins.
Player.
Okay, one more free hand. Player wins again.
Player.
Let's go ahead and do an X sequence, and I'm gonna parlay this. This is a big bet for us. 200 on bank. All right, big bet. And we hit it. Banker wins.
Banker.
So that was a big deal for us. Why? Because we climbed out of the hole. We didn't get emotional. We didn't get pissed off at the cards. All right. We just stuck to our system and climbed out of the hole. Now I will go back down to base bet of $50. Okay. Let's try to get some, let's try to lock in a profit here. Okay. We've been playing for a little bit. So I'll do a no mirror now, okay? $50 on bank. All right, so player wins.
Player.
It's minus 50. All right, next bet up is a $75 bet. Gonna need some change actually. All right, so $75 bet on player. Still on the no mirror here. Natural on the bank.
Banker.
We lose 75. Okay. $150 bet coming up on player. Player does win.
Player.
So 150. Okay. Actually, I'll do it like this since I need some green chips, okay? All right, I'm actually going to reshuffle. I'm happy that I climbed out of the hole at the end of this shoe. All right, I'm gonna reshuffle, go to another table. All right, guys? Okay, I've cleared the scoreboard. We are on our third shoe now. All right, so it's reshuffled. Let's see what the burn card is. 2. Okay. And I'll do the Haas system to start. All right, I will do player, banker, player. Okay, and I'll start off on base bet. So $50 on player. Let's go. Player wins.
Player.
Okay, so that's 50 for us. All right, keep it on player. Wow, player does win.
Player.
So another 50 our way. Okay. Let's keep going. Natural 8 on the bank.
Banker.
So we lose the 50. Okay. So I'll bump it up to 75 now. Natural 9 on the bank.
Banker.
So minus 75. All right, next bet is 150. Okay. All right, so banker wins.
Banker.
It's minus 150. All right, next up is 175. Okay, last bet on the column here. Player wins.
Player.
So 175. Okay. Let's continue with the Haas system. My pattern was player, banker, player. I'm going to switch it over to banker now. So let's see, I'm at 175 profit. I'm going to move 2 to the left actually. All right, so $75 bet. Put that on bank. Natural 8 on the bank.
Banker.
Okay. Perfect, let's keep going. So $50 on bank. Natural 8 tie. Okay, won't record it. Let's keep our bets up. All right. So banker wins.
Banker.
$50 our way. We are back up to the $300 mark. Okay, guys. 50 on bank. Haas system. It's a natural on the player.
Player.
So we lose that 50. Bump it up to $75 now. Okay. Natural 8 on the player.
Player.
So we lose the 75. Okay. Next bet is 150. Okay, banker wins.
Banker.
So 150 comes our way. See if we could get to our win range. All right, let's rack this up. Okay, last bet here on the column, and that's for, let's see, I hit on 150. I'm at 325 profit. I'm kind of cautious right now, so I'll move 2 to the left. bring it back down to $50 on bank. It's a 5-5 tie, okay? Keep the bet up. All right, player wins.
Player.
We lose the 50. Okay, I'm gonna bump it to 75. My pattern was player, banker, player, so I'm gonna switch it over to player now. 75 on player. Okay, banker wins.
Banker.
So minus 75. Let's go ahead and move this down. All right, next bet is 150. Do 150 on player. Banker wins.
Banker.
So that's minus 150. Okay. Take it up to 175 now. All right, 175. Natural 8 on the player.
Player.
Okay. It's 175, pay that out. So I'll move 2 to the left. Okay, do a $75 bet on player. All right, player wins.
Player.
Okay, let's pay ourselves. Take it back down to our base bet of $50. All right, player wins.
Player.
Okay, I'm actually happy with the Haas system, so I'm going to stop playing it. Let's let the column complete and we'll do a no mirror. Okay, banker wins.
Banker.
All right, going to go ahead and do no mirror now, so $50 on player. Natural on the bank,
Banker.
so we lose the 50. Okay, let's see here, 75 bucks on player. Banker wins,
Banker.
so minus 75. All right. Okay, so next up is a $150 bet on bank. Natural 9 on the player,
Player.
so we lose 150. Okay. Let's go to 175 now. All right, so let's see here. It'll be a banker bet. Player wins,
Player.
so we lose 175. Okay. All right, last bet on level 1 here, and that's for 300 on bank. Okay, banker wins.
Banker.
All right, so let's pay ourselves. Okay, we could let the column complete and do another no mirror. All right, natural on the player.
Player.
Okay, so let's see here. Move 1 to the left. Okay, so I need some change actually. Get some change. All right, so I'll do 175. I'm doing a no mirror. Put that on player. Banker wins.
Banker.
So minus 175. Okay. Let's continue with the no mirror, okay? So 300 on player. All right, so player wins.
Player.
So that's 300 for us. Let's rack this up. Okay, I'm gonna do an X sequence, all right, guys? And I will move to 150, okay? And that'll be on player, X sequence. Banker wins.
Banker.
So that was 150 that we lost, okay? Let's bump it up to 175 now when we get the opportunity. I'll keep it on the X. Take some free hands here. All right, player wins.
Player.
One more free hand. Player wins.
Player.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do 175. All right, need some change again. So 175, I'm doing the X second sequence. So that'll be on banker. Natural 8 on the bank.
Banker.
Okay, so 175. I'll go ahead and pay it like this since I need some green chips here. All right, so I'll do it like that. Okay, so we could either go for a no mirror and or go for our second sequence of the X. So let's start off on the no mirror right now. My last win was 175, so I'll move 2 to the left. I'll do a $75 bet on player here. All right, 4-4 tie. Keep the bet up. All right, natural 9 on the player.
Player.
And we are into our win range. It took some hard work. We had some down swings, okay? We climbed back up, all right? We didn't get emotional. We didn't get mad at the cards. The cards are gonna come how they come. We stick to our bet spreads, all right? The bet spreads helped me survive. I climbed out of the hole. I'm into my win range. So this being a tough session, and we are into our win range, so we're gonna stop and let's go in and lock in a $425 profit. I hope you guys learned something in this video. As you see, you're not supposed to get emotional. You're not supposed to get mad at the hands. It doesn't matter, okay? The cards are gonna fall how they fall. You need a money management plan. You need solid strategies. You see how I was switching between strategies. Never stay on one strategy for a long time. Always switch up your strategies, okay? Smart money management, smart bet spreads. We came out on top again, so we still have not had a losing session during the series, all right? So day number 9 was a success. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. We locked in $425.